Greetings friends, I'm Vadim Aderkas, welcome to the channel. We have seen and heard numerous statements about how fast the Russo-Ukrainian war would have ended if Donald Trump was elected. First 24 hours, even before the inauguration, first 2 weeks, a phrase later turned to be a political meme, first 100 days, and so on. All this never seemed to deserve any serious attention of anyone capable of even basic logical thinking. This US administration is no different from any previous one in view of the tools that it has for influence over Russia. The resolute character and willingness to step in when it's needed, though, is still in sight. Donald Trump does really want to end this war, of this we have no doubt, though his motives and his preferred outcome of this war still remain in question from the point of view of morality and international law. Well, it's been almost a year since he assumed the Oval Office, and from Ukraine's, his allies' point of view, the situation has deeply deteriorated. The Western world's most important political and military power, unfortunately, presses on the victim of the aggression and not on the aggressor, willfully submits its renowned status and openly pleases Putin. Such a behavior definitely doesn't fit the image of the US president, especially Trump's one, with all those GOAT and FAFO tweets. So here, let me imagine what it would look and sound like if Donald Trump was what he passed himself on. A really strong and resolute politician going hard on the world's most dangerous dictators. Not just picking up low-hanging fruit, but instead cropping the whole rotten field out. Then, the meaning of his message to the Kremlin rat, though professionally and diplomatically compiled but still very solid between the lines, would be something like this. Hey Vladimir, focus now please, because I'm serious. Cut it out with the medieval history crap, leave it to Tucker Carlson, and listen carefully. Yes, I must admit, you were at times ultimately successful in making a worldwide laughed buffoon out of me, but those times are over. I won't take this bait anymore ever. Stop telling me this horse shit about protecting the Russian speakers in Ukraine. If you still believe what you're saying, well, that's obviously only you remaining, because even your allies don't, and I know it. Leave this propaganda to your brainwashed sheeple willing to die for its Tsar. I don't give a damn. Hundreds of thousands of Russians have left their country, disagreeing with what you did. And out of those millions that remained and opposed what you're doing, stopping the war and giving Ukraine back everything that you've taken from it will be a huge relief. The rest, those who believed your lies and are now hungry for blood of their neighbors for the sake of the alleged greatness of Russia, are your own problem. You and you alone have started this war, and you shall end it, or we will. And trust me, you won't like our way. Stop this ridiculous flow of nonsense about your constitution and the Ukrainian lands in it. Many times you have proven your attitude to your constitution as to an asswipe. We both know that you may amend your constitution the way you want, and your obedient political livestock will nod their heads and dare no challenge, but that's not the case with me. So just as you listed the Ukrainian lands into your constitution, the same way you shall reverse those changes. Publicly invent your own reasons why you did it. Proclaim yourself a winner. Explain it to your crowd the way you want. Praise the irrelevant and punish the innocent in a Stalin style. I don't care, you just do it. Period. If you don't, then within a common effort of Ukraine's allies, your country will be very promptly brought to an economic collapse. Your refineries and hydrocarbons handling terminals will burn much more intensively, and your troops will be dying in a tenfold scale compared to now, because we will arm Ukraine so heavily that you haven't even thought about before. And guess what? We won't spend a lot on it, because you will be paying for those weapons out of your country's frozen assets. How about that? Russian regime and its political ambitions again undermine the global will for a calm and prosperous life. Unfortunately, you have inherited the worst from the Soviets, but I assure you, this toxic spread shall be stopped by you or by us. I'm quite honest with you that I want to bring Russia, finally for the first time, into the Western world. Not because I like it, I don't. Just in order to secure lasting peace that the Soviets, Russia, and its allies have been uninterruptedly trying to shatter. So far, the regimes that you and your friends represent have acted like a cancer on the body of this planet, and we all know where the main tumor is, on the Red Square in Moscow. But I shall remove this tumor, and I shall cut the vital supplies of its metastasis worldwide, because we are fed up. Stop the war in Ukraine, remove all your troops and all your officials from Ukraine's internationally recognized territory, including Crimea, juridically and de facto confirm the return of the lands, and pay the reparations for the damage you have caused. Once this is done, welcome to the civilized community. Make Russia normal. I can't say again because it never was. Make it finally normal, and let its neighbors finally find peace on its borders. Of course, if you do this right thing I've just told you about, the villain system that you have created with your own hands does not presume yourself remaining in power. You will have to relinquish it. However, I personally promise you safety, and I promise that your monetary assets will remain untouched. No doubt, Ukrainians would take it as a huge insult because they would rather hang you publicly on a street lantern. But for the war to stop, for peace to endure, and for Russia to finally step in on the path of normality, granting your safety is, I think, a good deal. We have just captured a drug dealer who in his free time co-acted as Venezuela's president, and this was unprecedented. Americans are generally known for being able to take a tough action for the greater good of millions around. Keeping you under our protection for the rest of your life, provided the bloodshed stops and has minimum chance to ever start again, for that, I'm ready to take another unprecedented action of lifelong sheltering a criminal responsible for a major war in Europe. Time is running out, Vladimir. Do what I've told you, because this is the best offer you can get, and actually, this is the last one. The season of words is over. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Vladimir. But, well, you had no option not to listen. Back from the ideal world to the sad reality, unfortunately we're still far from such a manly and resolute action by the US president, and even in the Russo-Ukrainian war from realizing who the bad guy actually is. Behind-the-curtain diplomacy using special envoys barely brought any progress, but instead resulted in an embarrassment, widely discussed throughout the world. Blood is still pouring, Ukraine is still suffering, and the American government, for one of several possible reasons, has a very subtle bit of intention to help. So that's how I see it. What about you? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Thumb up please if you like this video, and share it so others can watch it too. Hit the subscribe button below, and see you very soon. Goodbye.